Good evening to all patriots, tyrants, and all the Americans of this great nation. Tonight, I have a warning. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I don't ask for anything, but your subscription helps this that I'm working on. We face a very, very tough election this year. And I'll explain why I think. Our democracy is under attack. These perpetrators of these elites and who believe of saving our democracy are destroying it. Many Americans who love this great nation and our Constitution believe in peace and freedom, that all Americans should be aware by those who thirst for power, actively undermining all that we hold dear to our hearts. Every day, Democrats and their Rhino Republican allies and their elite supporters constantly attack our freedoms and our liberties. We have the right to pick a candidate to represent us and our next president. But it is through their actions and their political leads that have zero respect for the American people, zero respect for the Constitution, zero respect for the Bill of Rights. But fearful that the people are making the wrong choice, so these elites believe in the name of protecting democracy is by taking away all our freedoms, a little at a time. Thomas Jefferson stated, "When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty." As I said before, we face a very, very difficult election. What the Democrats and the elites call democracy is completely doesn't make sense when you try to destroy someone financially, imprison them, or they could be assassinated, all in the name of democracy. Democrats choose who they want to run. Rhino Republicans stand right beside them, which is very interesting to that point. So who represents us? If they have the ability to turn around and say, "We decide who you should vote for. We decide who will be your next president." We decide. But when the people say, "No, wait a minute. The Constitution gives us the power for us to pick and choose." But in their attitude and their time is that, no, we don't like the person you picked. We will attack that individual. So even if Democrats or Republicans find there's a third party entering into this political realm, they will bound together, even though they have many differences, will come together to remove that third party. What does this tell you? How do you look at this? Is this real freedom? This is supposed to be democracy, or their democracy, where they are the majority. They're the ones that make the decisions. They're the ones that rule. Your choice means nothing. Oh, there is calls out there that the Constitution is old, it should be removed. The Bill of Rights is nothing but a piece of paper. And that's what the Democrats and the elites love to hear. Because the more that people heard that word, the more they hear the understanding that you're willing to give it up or to throw it away. We have something here better than what you are offered now. Which is dangerous, by the way. If the Supreme Court had ruled in the way the Democrats liked it, they would have been the greatest thing on this planet. But they didn't rule. They ruled the way the founders hoped and explicit they should. When they read Federalist Papers, they upheld to the Constitution. That is what they are to do. Not sit there and do whatever Democrats or political politicians or parties want them to do. Because that's taking sides. When they rule in the right of the people, the political elites have a complete fit over this. And they don't like it. And every time when the Supreme Court rules in the right of the people, these Democrat-controlled states, these Democrat-controlled attorney generals, and these Democrat-controlled lawyers and whatever, look to Washington for them to tell the Supreme Court to straighten their act out. And it's ironic that they turn around and say, you know what, we need to take the three branches of government and put it into one central government. The Supreme Court needs to be reined in. The Supreme Court needs to have term limits. The Supreme Court needs to have a basis of ethics. But wait a minute. Let's go back to that point. The Supreme Court needs to be reined in. Number one. The Supreme Court needs term limits. Number two. The Supreme Court needs a set of rules and ethics. Number three. What about Washington? What about these political elites? What about them? Don't they have term limits? Shouldn't they have ethics? Shouldn't they be reined in by the people? This is yours. And they're trying to fill your head full of nonsense that the left is going to destroy the right, it's going to destroy democracy, it's going to destroy the country and get us in all kinds of wars. And yet John F. Kennedy faced the same situation in a different way. Not as abusive as, what can I say? We all know that. Trump is facing serious problems. Now they want to sentence him. But John Kennedy faces serious situations with his war generals. They're just looking to start a war somewhere. The same thing with our elites today. They want to start a civil war. They'll keep telling you that the American people, no, they want civil war. The American people want civil war. American people want civil war. That the right wants civil war. We're not asking for a war. We're not looking for one. But it's them who want to start a war. It's them that want war themselves. It's them that allow Russia to enter into Cuba, enter into Venezuela. But John Kennedy in '62 would not allow that to happen. He put a blockade up around Cuba. Yet these elites and these warmongers seem to run the show. Let's have open borders. Don't worry about it. Allow Russia and China to have war games near Alaska. Fly aircraft over. Don't worry about it. But worry about the people because they want a civil war. The white supremacists want a civil war. MAGA wants a war. MAGA wants to do this. MAGA wants to do that. And yet to the federal government, FBI, CIA, Washington elites who hate Trump for no reason whatsoever, they all know he's innocent, but they just want to put these charges on him because they're told to do so. This is why voting is extremely important. Very, very important. Most important thing is serving your military and going out to vote. The most important things of our lives. Too many people lost their lives protecting these rights that these politicians want to take away. But they blame Trump in all this. It's ironic. They turn around and Trump did this and Trump did that. We have all this document about this and documents of that. We have all this paperwork. Trump did it. Trump could be 5 states away, but Trump did it. In Louisiana. Trump could be all the way in Idaho and turn around and something happened in Florida, but it was Trump's fault. He did it. We have all the documentation, we have court logs, we have everything. FBI's all over it. But it's strange that these politicians want gun control. Yeah. More gun control after this Georgia shooting. I'm not going to get too in detail on that, but I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Individuals been on the FBI watch. All this information on social media. People warning everybody. They visit a house, nothing happened, walked away. But you know what's ironic about that? Same thing in Florida happened. Same thing like Tennessee. This is red flag laws, by the way. All these red flag laws do one thing. They don't go after to stop anything. They go after you, the American people, because somebody doesn't like you. But they're designed, supposed to be to stop mass shootings. Now we're told, no, that's not what red flag laws are done for. Well, what are they for? Just to go after law-abiding citizens? Because the anti-gunners wanted to? The politicians want to? Like I said, it's very important. Trump is facing a very serious situation under the 14th Amendment, Section 3. Here's the thing to that. He was never truly convicted of January 6th. Which we all know January 6th was a rigged, botched nonsense anyway, done by the politicians and the elites. Just throw it out there. Anything we can find him on, we'll go after him. But those who are committed to the crimes, nothing to see here. But yet they want you. They want the American people to divide themselves and rat on each other. And the sad part about it is Trump has to go to all these court cases. Trump has to go through all this nonsense. Trump has to spend for money, whatever he has to spend for. While they push their narratives, their lies, their stories. People, we gotta read right through this stuff. You have to. Because here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to brainwash you. They're trying to control the election. If they can get rid of Trump, they can move Kamala Harris straight in the office and nothing has to be worried about. Don't let it happen. Do not let it happen. Till then, keep your friends and family close. And remember, go out and vote. Because this is a dangerous time. Your freedom, your rights, your liberties belong to you. Don't let them take them. Or they will. You take care.